One of the questions that I get asked the most when it comes to day trading is, how do I know exactly where a top is when a stock is trending up? And this is a really great question that pretty much every single trader on the planet needs to know. And that not only includes day traders, but it's something that even swing traders and long-term investors absolutely need to know. So in this video, I'm going to give you a super simple secret that I use to accurately tell me every top for every single stock that I trade. And this secret always works. It never fails. Its accuracy in predicting and confirming tops of trends is spot on every time. If you use this secret, it will show you exactly where you should absolutely take profits. And when it comes to day trading, you need to fully exit your position. And more importantly, this will tell you where you should absolutely avoid buying or entering a trade at all costs. Even if you see a cute little buy signal, because those signals are 100% bull traps. So let's hit it. All right, so to teach you this simple little but incredibly vital stock trading secret, I'm going to show you one of the trades that we took today in my Master Day Trader group. And the traders in this group are elite traders who I mentor and work with every single day. The stocks that we traded today was LSDI. I posted this trade plan and alert for the group at 6:03 this morning, my time. I'm in the Mountain Time Zone. And friends, first off, let's be real. This stock is not one I would typically trade. It had previously been trading below the 50-cent level, which is a price level that generally fails my stink test for a day trade candidate. But since it was the only thing moving, it had good volume, it was an incredibly low float stock, that usually is enough to confirm to us that it will be reaching some targets, even without a news catalyst. So I posted the trade plan and took some trades. So let's take a look at this chart in a candle by candle manner so we can really analyze the trend as if it was a real-time scenario. Now, this yellow bar here on my chart, that marks the minute that I posted the trade plan for LSD, and that was at 6:03 this morning. These white horizontal lines are profit targets that our Master Trader tool puts on the chart for us. And I gotta tell you, having these lines plotted here in advance is exactly like having a crystal ball. It gives us the power of prediction so that we know well in advance exactly where the reaction levels are, and that also helps us see tops and bottoms. For those of you who are not in our Master Traders group, let me just go ahead and give you a down and dirty little secret that you can use to identify tops before the trend completely reverses and dumps on you. You won't be able to see these in advance like the Master Traders tool does for you, but this powerful little secret will absolutely help you know where the tops are as they are forming in real time. So here's where I posted the trade plan for the group on this yellow bar, literally 1 minute after the initial burst in buyer volume, right at the start of the trend. And as you can see, we had a wick right here at the $1.45 target. Then the expected slight pullback occurred. So the goal here is to look for an entry. And in this case, the entry that I look for is a candle breaking higher than the previous candle body on the pullback. And here we had that entry. I used this $1.26 target line as my stop, and then I monitored trend structure using the EMAs, the candle structure, and my lower indicator. First of all, the 9 EMA continued pointing up. The lower indicator, what I look for here is that the red line here maintains a strong downward direction. They all remain hollow, green, with tall bodies, and because I use Heiken Ashi candles, if I start to see lower tails under the candle, that's a sign of weakening. And if you look close right at my $1.70 target, we see the candle weakening appear with a little tail, a weak little doji, and the candle body was below the 9 EMA and this horizontal target line of $1.45. So I didn't get in there. My goal is to use that $1.45 target line as a stop loss. It has to be below my candle, it has to be below my entry, right? So I waited for a better looking setup with a decent confirmation. And here we had a bunch of little buy signals, but none of them showed clear direction of trend. This is the first candle not to have a tail and it was close to and above my $1.45 level, giving me a very tight stop and a decent target to go for. So my risk was almost zero at this $1.51 level. And my target was to be this line at $2.07. And I'd monitor structure through that previous $1.70 target, which really wasn't a strong level, as you can see back here. As long as price held the 9 EMA and this lower indicator red line maintained that downward direction, I'd stay with the trend to my target. And at 6:34, it hit my target. It hit it again at 6:35, and I sold at 6:37 this morning, right here. And that was the first signal that we're at a top, because all of these candles, they really struggled to get over that $2.07 level. See how incredibly accurate our Master Trader Target tool is at plotting these lines for us? Pretty incredible that we have these well in advance of the move so that we can safely and profitably take full advantage of each move. So after it hits our target, we always expect a pullback, right? And here we have one of those little blue arrow signals which tell us to buy, but you know what? I didn't buy right there. Why? Because, well, first of all, price was right at the same target level that we had just hit. And it already proved it was a resistance level, with all of these candles struggling to get above that price. So there is absolutely no reason to buy there. Another thing is, if you do buy there, you're going to have to ask yourself, what is your stop loss? You have to look below and you have to ask yourself, where is your stop loss? When you ask yourself that question, you instantly can see at a glance exactly where the risk level is. And in this case, it's far greater than the reward. So there you go. Every reason not to get in right there at that bull trappy little buy signal. So we wait. Again, here we have some buy signals, but they are below the 9 EMA. And that 9 EMA is going to serve as some resistance. So still no entry. Here is another signal. Would you buy there? Well, you got to interview yourself. You got to ask yourself, what's your stop loss? What is your target? And if you do get in there, you'd use your 9 EMA or this solid white line, which is a tool that I have on here to serve as a trailing stop loss. So if you buy on this candle right here, and if for some reason price fails to hold your white line, you'd sell on the first candle to close below this white line. In other words, the first candle body to actually close the minute under this line. But as you can see, price held the lines. And I actually bought on this candle here at $7.19 this morning, right around $2. And here's why I bought there. I was able to answer these questions. Is it a good candle above the EMAs and close to support? Yes, support is clearly this white line. See how price didn't want to sell below it? Next, I answer, what is my stop? It's this white line. What is my target? It's $2.25. So as soon as I can confidently answer these questions, I get in the trade and go to my target. And I sold at my $2.25 target 2 minutes later. So boom, 3 very profitable trades on a cheap stock, all before opening bell. Now to answer the question that I get asked all the time. How do I know exactly where a top is when a stock is trending up? Well, at 7:18 a.m. this morning, I posted this note to my group of traders on LSDI. It said, note on LSDI, I expect a lot of volatility at opening bell for it. I expect it may pop again with a bounce off the 50 EMA, but there is a clear resistance level at that $2.07 to $2.25 range. So we may see rejection in that area. If it can prove that area as support, then we can expect continuation. But my advice is to wait for the washout at opening bell. So let's look at that on the chart. $2.07 to $2.25 range. Well, what do we have? We have a bunch of candles that struggled to get over that level. In fact, not only could it not establish support, it kept chopping around in between $2.07 and $2.25. That, my friends, is a sign of a top. And right at opening bell, as predicted in my note to my traders during pre-market, I advised them to wait for the washout. And that washout 100% came with a flood. Price flushed from $2.20 all the way down to $1.23. That's almost $1 on a cheap little stock, and it halted all the way. So let me ask you, how important is it to know if price is at a top? Well, in this case, to the unskilled trader who sees a massive runner with this nice strong green candle at 7:21 a.m. this morning, that's going to look like a great trend continuation. But that trader has absolutely no idea that these horizontal resistance lines that we use as targets, that trader doesn't know these levels are here. They're not going to show up on their chart. And that trader completely overlooked this incredibly obvious resistance level over here, right? This $2.07 to $2.25. This really obvious chop zone, right? Where price just hung out. To the unskilled trader, this looks like a perfect continuation setup. All of the EMA lines are pointing up. Price is above all of these levels, and price is even showing strength. But just like I cautioned my master traders group at 7:18 this morning, just wait for the washout at opening bell before you even attempt to trade this stock. So we didn't trade it after it hit this top. That's how our group is able to identify tops well in advance. And looking for this resistance pattern where price just can't seem to get above a level, that is a big secret. When you see this, your next job is to wait for the washout, or at the very least, wait for a bounce up off of the 50 EMA. If it fails to hold the 50 EMA on the sell-off, then the next level price is going to look for is that 200 EMA. That's this yellow line right here. By then, price will probably have already established a lot of overhead resistance because it will most likely be below all of these EMAs. And in this case, it was. And then it will need to reclaim and hold the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA, this white trailing stop loss line, 9 EMA, and then you have to retest all of these horizontal lines that our algo puts on here. Again, look at this chart and see how price treated each and every one of these target lines. These target lines that our special tool plots on here for us are always reactionary. So if you don't have them on your chart, you can't trade to them, you can't trade from them. You have no idea they're even on this chart. So in a nutshell, the secret to know exactly where a top is when the stock is trending up, well, it all boils down to noticing where price struggles to break above. And this will manifest in a few different ways. In the case of LSDI, it manifested in a choppy range, that $2.07 support level to this $2.25 level, which failed. It failed right here and then briefly retested, and then it failed for the predicted washout. And that's what I call the chop top secret. Well, friends, I hope this little video helped you, and if it did, please hit the thumbs up like button and subscribe to this channel for more Master Trader tutorials and tips. And if you'd like more day trading secrets that will really put you in the top tier of the most successful traders that nobody's going to teach you anywhere else, sign up for my free 60-minute web class that teaches you exactly how to be a 5-figure day trader, even with a little account. Go right now to momentumstocktraders.com and sign up today for free. Classes run throughout the day. That's it for now, friends. I hope you enjoyed this quick tip and have a wonderful day.